Welcome, seekers of lost lore, to the forgotten Compendium, where we unravel the shadows of time to reveal tales etched in the sands of eternity. Picture yourself on the sun-kissed shores of ancient Alexandria, Egypt, where the Mediterranean's waves whisper secrets of a bygone era. Here, in a city of marble and ambition, a dream was born. A dream called the Library of Alexandria. This was no mere repository. It was the beating heart of human wisdom, a sanctuary where every scroll, every idea, every fragment of the ancient world found refuge. Its halls echoed with the voices of scholars, the scent of papyrus mingling with the salt breeze. Yet this beacon of enlightenment was stolen, not by a cloaked thief, but by a relentless storm of war, neglect, and zeal that swept its treasures into oblivion. This is the saga of the greatest heist in human history, a tale of loss and mystery that still haunts our collective soul. In the 3rd century BCE, Alexandria stood as the Mediterranean's crown jewel, founded by Alexander the Great and nurtured by his successor, Ptolemy Soter. Driven by a vision to capture all human knowledge, Ptolemy established the Library of Alexandria within the museum, a temple to the Muses. This grand complex, with its lecture halls, gardens, and even a zoo, was a testament to the Ptolemies' ambition. The library's hunger was insatiable. Ships docking in Alexandria's bustling harbor were searched, their scrolls seized, copied by scribes under flickering oil lamps, and often kept, with originals added to the library's shelves. Estimates suggest it held 40,000 to 400,000 papyrus scrolls, from Homeric epics to Babylonian star charts, Egyptian medical texts to Indian sutras. Scholars like Euclid, who wove the foundations of geometry, Eratosthenes, who measured the Earth's circumference with startling precision, and Callimachus, who catalogued the collection in his Pinakes, made the library a crucible of discovery. Its corridors thrummed with debate, its gardens alive with the rustle of papyrus and the hum of ideas. The library was a living entity, a beacon of human curiosity. But even in this golden dawn, shadows of discord loomed, waiting to unravel the dream. By the 2nd century BCE, the Ptolemaic dynasty faltered, torn by sibling rivalries and political intrigue. Royal coffers dwindled, and the library's funding waned. Scholars faced exile in purges, their voices silenced, their works unfinished. The Serapeum, a temple to Serapis and a daughter library, began to eclipse the main institution, siphoning resources and prestige. In 48 BCE, a catastrophic blow struck. Julius Caesar, entangled in a civil war between Cleopatra and her brother Ptolemy XIII, arrived in Alexandria. To secure his fleet, he set fire to enemy ships in the harbor. The flames, as historian Plutarch recounts, may have leapt to the library, devouring countless scrolls. The air grew thick with the acrid stench of burning papyrus, a grim omen of vulnerability. Some scholars, like Florus, argue the fire spared the main library, damaging only nearby warehouses, but the event shattered the myth of invincibility. The first embers of the heist had been kindled, exposing the library to the chaos of war. As Rome's power surged, Alexandria became a prize in its imperial game. After Cleopatra's defeat by Octavian in 30 BCE, Egypt was annexed as a Roman province. The library, once a symbol of Ptolemaic glory, languished under emperors who valued conquest over wisdom. Roman historian Ammianus Marcellinus noted its fading prominence by the 4th century CE, overshadowed by new centers of learning. This era marked the second act of the heist, a slow theft of knowledge. Roman elites, enamored with Greek culture, likely pilfered scrolls for private collections, their villas adorned with stolen wisdom. Some texts were shipped to Rome, only to perish in the city's frequent fires or wars. The library's public mission eroded, its shelves growing sparse. In 272 CE, Emperor Aurelian's siege during the Palmyrene Rebellion further damaged Alexandria, likely impacting the library's remnants. The once vibrant halls fell silent, the rustle of papyrus replaced by the echo of neglect as the library dimmed into a fading star. The 4th century CE brought a new storm, religious upheaval. As Christianity rose across the Roman Empire, Alexandria became a crucible for clashing ideologies. Pagan temples, including the Serapeum, were targeted by Christian zealots. In 391 CE, Emperor Theodosius I's decree banning pagan practices ignited tensions. A mob, led by Bishop Theophilus, stormed the Serapeum, reducing its marble halls to rubble. Historian Socrates Scholasticus suggests scrolls stored there, possibly part of the library's collection, were burned or torn apart. The air was heavy with smoke, the ground littered with fragments of wisdom lost to zeal. This was no calculated heist, but a frenzied act of cultural erasure. Yet, amidst the chaos, scholars risked their lives to smuggle texts to safety, hiding them in private libraries or distant monasteries. These fragments, like embers on the wind, would later spark new flames of learning in Byzantine and Islamic lands, preserving echoes of Alexandria's glory. By the 7th century CE, the library was a ghost, its halls echoing with memories of lost grandeur. In 642 CE, Alexandria fell to Arab conqueror Amr ibn al-As. A legend, recorded centuries later by Ibn al-Kifti, claims Caliph Omar ordered the remaining scrolls burned, deeming them redundant or heretical. Modern historians dismiss this tale, noting no contemporary accounts support it. More likely, the library had dwindled to insignificance, its scrolls lost to decay, looting, or earlier disasters like the sieges of Aurelian, 272 CE, or Diocletian, 297 CE. The heist was complete, not with a final blaze, but with a quiet erosion, leaving only whispers of what once was. The loss of the Library of Alexandria reverberates through time. Among the vanished were Aristotle's lost dialogues, over 100 plays by Sophocles, and scientific treatises on astronomy and medicine that could have reshaped history. Imagine star charts guiding us to the cosmos centuries earlier, or medical texts saving countless lives. The scale of this theft of scrolls and human potential is incalculable, yet not all was lost. Fragments survived, preserved in Byzantine monasteries, translated in Baghdad's House of Wisdom during the Islamic Golden Age, and rediscovered in the European Renaissance. Works like Ptolemy's Almagest trace their lineage to Alexandria, fueling centuries of progress. Today, the Bibliotheca Alexandrina, opened in 2002 near the original site, stands as a modern monument, its halls housing millions of books and digital archives. It reminds us that knowledge, though fragile, can endure with vigilance. The greatest heist in human history was no single act of villainy, but a tapestry of failures woven across centuries. From Caesar's reckless flames to Aurelian's siege, from the fervor of religious mobs to the decay of time, the Library of Alexandria was stolen scroll by scroll. Its story is a clarion call etched in history's ashes. Knowledge is our most precious inheritance, and its loss is a theft against all humanity. What might the world have been if the library had endured? Would we have reached the stars sooner? Would our philosophies be richer, our sciences more advanced? These questions linger, a haunting refrain of what was lost. Yet the spark of inquiry kindled in Alexandria burns on, urging us to seek, to learn, to preserve. In an age of digital archives and global libraries, we must guard this flame, ensuring no future heist dims our collective wisdom. Thank you for traversing the forgotten compendium through this saga of loss and legacy. May it kindle your curiosity and inspire you to protect the knowledge that shapes our world. Imagine standing in the Library of Alexandria, a scroll in hand. What would you read? What secrets would you uncover? Share your thoughts in the comments below and tell us, how can we safeguard knowledge today? Subscribe to The Forgotten Compendium for more tales of forgotten lore, and join us in preserving the echoes of history.